So since there are so many skins in Fortnite, I think today we're going to go over some of these and go over which ones are pay to win. Now there are some that kind of give you a competitive advantage in the game without the intention from Epic Games. So today we're going to go over some of these skins and this should be interesting to look at. So first up we have got the Toy Trooper skin. Now this one, it's pretty obvious how this can kind of be pay to win. Obviously it does blend in with the environment, the green colours, and it did actually used to be a lot more pay to win, but Epic Games did actually change it so it doesn't blend in as much. So it used to blend in with like the grass and the trees a lot more, but now it's not as bad, but still it could be considered pay to win, even though it's not one of the worst ones on the list. Now the Silver Surfer skin, this one actually does give you an advantage in competitive matches due to the reflective design of the skin and the slim body type. The skin is kind of difficult to track when aiming at it, so if you got like just any type of weapon, you see the Silver Surfer, you're aiming at it, it is actually a little bit more difficult compared to if they were wearing like a Peely skin, for example. You know, the body type, the reflective design, the colours on this does make it a lot more difficult to track, so you could say the Silver Surfer does give you some sort of pay to win. Now the Groot skin, again, this one, it definitely does blend in with the environment, so the trees and all that type of stuff, and it's difficult to locate each separate body component, so it's difficult for players to target at this skin and shoot. So if you see like a Groot skin in the distance, especially if they're near a tree and they're blending in with the environment, it's a lot more difficult to locate the skin and identify the different body parts. So if you're trying to go for like a headshot, it's actually a little bit more difficult to actually identify where the actual head of the Groot skin is. Same with all the other different body parts, so this one can actually be pay to win. Now the Bush Ranger skin, this one again does blend in with the natural environment. The colour combination of this skin makes it really difficult if they're standing near a bush or near a tree, especially if they're in a bush as well. You could probably just literally walk past them, they blend in that much. And if you're running in the open with the Bush Ranger skin on, it blends in so much with the colours, just like the Silver Surfer skin. It's a lot more difficult to track this, and since it just blends in so much, this is definitely a pay to win. And you could say this is literally pay to win, as if you're doing like a custom game which was like a hide and seek or something and it's just in the open, you can definitely get a better hiding spot if you're wearing a skin like the Bush Ranger. You can blend in with the green colours, and yeah, especially in games like hide and seek, a lot of these skins will give you a huge advantage. Now the Elite Agent skin, this one also blends in with the colours, but one thing especially it blends in with is actually vehicles. So if you're actually wearing the Elite Agent skin and you're actually sitting inside a vehicle like the passenger seat or the driver's seat, it's actually really difficult to notice since they blend in so much with the actual colours of the seats. And I know a lot of people might do this during hide and seek as well, or just in normal games. You know, it's a good hiding spot, you can just sit in the car and you can literally just walk past them. It blends in that much when you're actually inside the vehicle. So due to the colours of the Elite Agent, this one can actually give you some sort of pay to win advantage. Now the Frozen Love Ranger, this one also had some pay to win sort of meme which people did with the reboot vans. So you'd sit right on top of the reboot van with the Frozen Love Ranger and you could literally just sit there and you'd blend in with the colours of the reboot. So it's not the most insane pay to win skin in the game, but people did use this skin to blend in with the reboot vans a lot of the time, and sometimes it did actually work. Now next up we have to talk about default skins. Now I know this is actually a bit of a coincidence since default skins are pretty much free, even though you can actually buy some of the older default skins in the item shop. But the default skins, if you see one in the distance, a lot of people just assume that the default skins, they're just a new player or they're just an average player since they're not wearing a skin. So you don't really expect them to be that good at the game. But a lot of people do this to actually do the reverse. So you're wearing a default skin to kind of trick your opponents into thinking you're not the best player, and then you just turn out to be insane in the game. So yeah, the default skin can be kind of pay to win from that perspective. But another skin we have to mention is Mystique. Now the Mystique skin, obviously you eliminate opponents and you can actually transform into their skins. But one thing that actually makes this super overpowered is if you kill one of the NPCs or one of the bosses of a location, you can then transform into the actual skin. So a lot of people used to do this with like the henchmen and all the other NPCs in a location, just eliminate them with NPC and then just do like the emotes that the NPCs did. And sometimes people just ran into buildings and they would just run straight past them thinking they were an NPC. So there were some pretty cool meme strategies with this, and technically a pay to win advantage. Now those were a load of pay to win skins in the game. Obviously they're not intentionally pay to win, but they can at some points give you an advantage in game. So let me know in the comments down below if I did miss any skins. And if you did enjoy the video, then don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more. And there's a load more videos on screen here. Make sure to click another one to keep on watching, and I'll see you over there.